Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a super fascinating and thought-provoking question. What if Jesus lived in the 21st century? Imagine Jesus walking among us right now, navigating smartphones, social media, and some of the biggest challenges we face today, like mental health struggles and inequality. How would he handle our fast-paced, tech-driven world? Let's explore this together. Buckle up, and let's get started. All right, let's kick things off with technology. Back in his time, Jesus was a master communicator in his time, right? He spoke to crowds, shared parables, and connected with people's hearts. If he were here today, you know he'd be rocking a smartphone. Picture Jesus downloading Bible apps, maybe using a meditation app to pray, or even starting a podcast called Parables for the Digital Age. But here's the thing. Jesus was never about the spotlight or flashy trends. He'd use technology to spread love, hope, and wisdom, not to chase fame or show off. I can see him hosting Zoom calls with his disciples from all over the world. Maybe Peter's logging in from Rome, and Mary Magdalene's joining from Jerusalem. He might even post short, heartfelt messages on an app, encouraging people to find peace in their busy lives. And let's have some fun with this. What kind of phone would Jesus have? Would he be Team iPhone, Team Android, or maybe he'd go old school with a flip phone just to keep it simple? I'm curious what you think. Drop your guesses in the comments below. Now, let's talk about social media. Would Jesus be on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, or maybe all of them? I can totally imagine him posting short, powerful videos, think the Sermon on the Mount, but condensed into a 60-second TikTok that just hits you in the soul. His bio might read something simple like, spreading love, one post at a time. But here's what makes Jesus different. He wouldn't be chasing likes or getting into online arguments. His approach would be countercultural, just as it was 2,000 years ago. While others seek followers, he might remind us that true value isn't measured in likes or shares. He'd probably call out negativity with grace, maybe tweeting something like, love your neighbor, even if they unfollow you. And you know he'd have millions of followers, but he'd care more about reaching one heart than going viral. He'd probably use social media to share stories of hope, like highlighting a local charity or amplifying the voice of someone who's been overlooked. And let's be real, Jesus would have millions of followers, but he'd care more about reaching one person who's struggling than going viral. His DMs would probably be full of people asking for advice, and he'd take the time to respond to every single one with kindness. That's the Jesus we're talking about. Okay, let's get a bit more serious now. Our world is dealing with some heavy challenges, and one of the biggest is mental health. So many people are struggling with anxiety, depression, or just feeling overwhelmed by the pressures of modern life. Jesus was all about meeting people where they were, comforting the hurting, listening to their pain, and offering hope. If Jesus lived today, he would visit community centers and support groups, listening to those struggling with mental health and offering comforting words like, "You are enough and you are never alone." He'd use his platform to raise mental health awareness, partner with organizations. Imagine Jesus starting a hashtag like Hope in Action, inspiring millions to share stories of hope and support each other, emphasizing that you are loved and your pain matters. Another huge issue today is inequality. Whether it's poverty, systemic injustice, or lack of opportunity. Jesus was a champion for the marginalized, always standing up for those who were overlooked or oppressed. If he were here now, he'd be right in the thick of it, serving meals at food banks, advocating for fair wages, or speaking out against unfair systems. Picture Jesus at a rally for justice, not shouting or causing chaos, but calmly calling for love and fairness. He'd probably remind everyone that every single person is made in God's image, deserving of dignity and respect. He might even organize community projects, think free tutoring programs or job training for those in need, all under that hashtag, Hope in Action movement we talked about. And you know what? Jesus wouldn't just talk the talk. He'd be out there, walking the walk, showing us how small acts of kindness can ripple out to change the world. That's the kind of leader he was and still would be. So, what's the big takeaway from all this? If Jesus lived in the 21st century, his core message would stay the same: love God, love others, and live with compassion. Technology, social media, even the challenges of our time, they'd just be tools and opportunities for him to share that message in new ways, whether he's tweeting words of encouragement, volunteering at a shelter, or teaching us how to find peace in a chaotic world. Jesus would show us what it means to live with purpose. He'd remind us to slow down, to care for each other, and to hold on to hope no matter what's going on around us. And honestly, that's a message we could all use right now. So let's take a page out of his book. Maybe reach out to a friend who's struggling, share a kind word online, or get involved in your community. That's how we keep his spirit alive today. That's it for today's video. I had so much fun imagining what Jesus might be like in our modern world, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. What do you think he'd do today? Would he have a YouTube channel? Or maybe a viral TikTok account? Drop your ideas in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend, and hit that subscribe button for more thought-provoking content. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Stay kind, stay hopeful, and take care.